Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 176. Let's jump into things. So, the defense and counter rating against Lanka continue. I'm going to go down the list of exchanges, see if we see anything fun or interesting, and go from there. So, for our tally, this time around, we had a single horror attack that we lost. Nagala down the drain. We had a single assassination attempt via arrow, and we lived through that, so that's cool. No real magic phase attacks or anything like that, and only a single battle with relay. So let's watch that one real quick, or take a look at it. It's just us counter rating in the Whispering Wastes, so we won that 1-0 versus relay. We have a whole bunch of battles versus Lanka. So. There is a report from Perenna. We lost 121 units to a Flames from the Sky. That's unfortunate. And then we go through all of these stuff. So, here we go. Flower Meadow Forest. We are beaten by a stack of undead there. Unfortunate. White Forest, we are beaten by a stack of... Or no, we win that. Sorry. Little Gudu attack against Arcata Scout. In Sawdearth, we won. In Sitha, we won. In Ghent, we won. And this one was pretty close, actually, if I'm remembering correctly. He had a fair number of undead in this stack. And he had an air elemental. That's probably the bigger issue. But fortunately, we are able to just overpower. Very nice. Cool. And we actually did get the Raksharaja there, so that's nice. Next up in Greendale, we get rated down. In Pugria, we are... there's a fort here, but it's going to crack very quick. So this is probably, we'll talk more about this later, but this is probably one of the biggest problems is we're doing a decent-ish job counter rating or taking our lands back, but we don't have the forces to deal with these undead stacks that are popping our forts every other turn, so is what it is. What of Many Paths we win. Glistening Dew we lose. Resting Heights we win. We lose Urfel. We take Whispering Wastes. Our sieging force has been beaten by a stronger enemy force. This is just something getting knocked off of one of the places that we hit with vampires. We win in Mighty Pillars. We lose in Greenwoods. Another scenario, right? Where we're just leaving thralls and things like that behind from where our vampires were. We win in Bell with a Tartarian Cyclops, nothing big there. We are beaten in Mag by a Lich and 3 vampires, so we get out undeaded there, unfortunately. We win in the Womb. We win in Sinkhole Swamp, and this is a pretty big one. So this is 10 vampires coming into 8 Liches and 5 vampires, and this is just, that's that whole scenario of we have way more summoning power thanks to the number of liches that we have. Oh, like a wedge until it gets like to this point. It's very good. I say very good. Like, we just got lucky that he decided to throw that many vampires into this, and not more, right? Like, this could have easily been the other way around. And those liches are doing a number with the drain life snipes. Like, shit. As soon as they get in range, snipe, snipe. Drain life, drain life. Very cool. That's good. Nice loss there. What was that? Sinkhole Swamp. We win in Oak Halls. We win in Gietia. We win in Ivermark, 4 vampires against 2. That's good. We've taken Fever Fins, met no resistance. We successfully defend our fortress at the Realm of Silence. So this is just a little, foray they sent in. So kind of gem baiting us here. I say gem baiting us, but did he just Winds of Death? He did. So he's not gem baiting us. He's trying to take out as many as he can. So he Winds of Deaths us, which is oh bueno. Let's see how bad it goes for us. Oof. Oof, we're getting pops everywhere. So we lose 4 elders, a scout. He loses everything, including that lich, which is good. But in the grand scheme of things, we didn't lose that. No, we lost quite a bit. We didn't lose many of our. We didn't lose any of our casters, but we did lose quite a few of our random units. None of our Yetis, which is interesting. I guess I don't really know. I guess maybe they don't have the same. Because doesn't Wind of Death, like, age you till you die? Maybe the Yetis just don't mind. They have a very high max age or whatever. I wonder if that's the case. That'd be pretty interesting. We'll double check after this. So that was in Realm of Silence. In Tanara, this is what we were talking about earlier, right? Like, we're doing a decent job raiding and counter raiding, but we don't have the military might to defend the fortifications that we have anymore. So fort popped, right? Fort popped. It's just we just keep losing each one every other time. So not much we can do. Unexpected event in Koenberg. We lose a temple and have an earthquake. Or have an earthquake and lose a temple. Gain some fire gems in Rim Mountain and some Dominion. And then we have Drain Worldwide, which is what? We're under siege in a number of different locations, and we have a bunch of immortals that come back to life. Let's actually take a look at that Wind of Death. Is that... It is evocation. Wind of Death is flesh of those turns pale and cracks open, leaving bare bone. Decay. What is the decay status? Mwah! Let's take a look real quick. We'll go check the wiki. Dom 5 wiki. Decay. Ah! I tightened my. I'm not all super squeaky anymore.
Gave me all of your...
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I meant to take those back. Yeah, I mean you're free to have them if you want, but anyways. Okay, so decay on the Dominions 5 wiki. Okay, so yeah. A unit that is decaying is aged 5 years per combat turn. Has a variable chance to take damage based on the age of the unit. Number of years added is modified by normal effects that affect age rate, such as quickness, slow, or unaging. Affected units may then take damage, which is calculated as old age penalty times 5 plus closed in minus 1 plus number of years actually aged divided by 10, rounded down. Okay. Additionally, they are subject to the usual effects of age, which may include gaining afflictions and suffering additional damage if the unit is old. An affected unit has a 1% chance to make a magic resistance check versus 14 every round of combat to be free of the decay. 1% chance, damn. Like poison and profuse bleeding, decay will continue to apply its effects to units in the 20 following completed combat. So, 20 times 5 is aging at least 100 years. So yeah, that tracks, right? If we have over here in Realm of Silence, if we have a bunch of Yetis whose max age is 250, even the 20 years following combat, aging them 100 turns or 100 years probably isn't gonna to push over any of the, unless they've been aged previously, right? So I guess if these Yetis get hit again, in theory, they would have some issues. Let's actually take a go here in the Realm of Silence. Let's see, got Yetis. Oh, this Yeti is 101, 221, 87, so 223. Obviously, some of them just made their saves. 222, 217. Yeah, so some of them made their saves, so that's one half of it. And then the ones that failed their saves, they're just able to be so old that it didn't matter. Same with the Kidnids, right? If we notice, there were no Kidnid deaths there. I don't think. Yeah, there were no Kidnid deaths there because Kidnids have a max age of 1,000. So that's really neat. That's a cool interaction. That's very interesting to see, you know, certain units stand up to that type of attack. So that's pretty neat. Alright, anyways, back to what we were doing. We've got stuff! Alright, cool. Most of what we're doing is just counter-raiding, again, right? Counter-raiding in all of these different locations. I'm not going to go over all of those because we cover them when the next turn happens. There are a few bigger points, and those bigger points are here in the Realm of Silence, where we are being attacked by a very, very large amount of enemies, and we're basically about to do the exact same thing to them that they did to us, right? So we're just going to break siege with Lich 6 and do a Wind of Death. It probably isn't. So here's the thing: Wind of Death doesn't work against. Check this in the thing. It doesn't work against undead units, right? Rends the flesh of living beings. So Decay is the whole battlefield, but most, I say most, I'm pretty sure most, if not all, long dead don't. Huh? Is that really a thing? Can long dead get older? Yeah, either way, it's probably not something that matters for them. So this might not work super effectively, but I do think this stack contains, you know, like we can see in Mendeha and stuff like that, this stack does contain other types of units. The only thing is most of those other units are going to be things like demons, right? Which tend to have very high lifespans. So I'm not sure that this is going to do too terribly much. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it'll kill a couple hundred maybe. And then when he attacks us on the following turn, we have a little over 550 units here to try to defend. We have the vast majority of our normal stuff going up: Life After Death, Divine Blessing, Army of Lead, Mass Regeneration. We're even putting up a Demon Cleansing, etc., etc. And we're also just attacking with everything else that we can in the area. We might lose this next turn, though. And if we don't lose this, we'll probably be pretty weakened afterwards. So this is kind of the beginning of the end, right? We're losing a lot of territories over here, and then we're losing a lot of territories over here. We're counter-raiding, but like I said, kind of towards the beginning of all this, one, he just has more raiders than we do, and two, with our big stacks gone, we don't have the ability to really counter in efficient ways. But also, as per normal, with Astral Corruption up, every time we try to counter in a unique way, like Cloud Trapezing or Teleporting or things like that, you know, we're going to get got. I really wish... So I think the biggest thing that I learned, and I'll probably reiterate this when we do an after Probably I'll do like an aftermath video of all of Tetragrammaton when it finally ends. I think the single biggest thing that I learned of import for late game scenarios, I learned a lot of different things, but I think one of the biggest things that I had no clue about, zero clue about, and I don't know that I would ever have discovered it on my own, because it just doesn't, is that horrors don't target inanimate creatures. So golems, right? You get to the point to where you have crazy income that like we had forever. If I had known that I could just summon some golems and then turn golems into one, golem factories for more golems, but also two, the fact that you can just empower them and then give them gear and they can cast all the different stuff that you need. If I'd known that 100 turns ago when the first astral corruption went up, completely different fucking game. Completely different game. Absolutely would have been a completely different game. Because I would have been able to invest all of the stuff that I've been doing for such a long time. I would have been able to invest that in things that I wouldn't have lost those investments. It would have taken time to get up to that point, but right now I could have like 5 or 6 golems doing Onzus every single month, right? That's the single biggest thing that if I had known that, or if I had learned it way earlier, this would be a very different game. Anyways, Realm of Silence is really the only big thing happening this turn. So if we lose it, it's not game over yet. Realm of Silence is the Throne of the Sun. So that'll give him 3. So he has 6, 12. That'll give him 15. So he'll still need another one, but it'll be a very good step in the right direction for Lanka. Aside from all of the different just random raiding and trying to defend Realm of Silence, we've got a couple of different things going on. We're doing another Curse of Blood. Basically every chance we get, more Curse of Blood. We're doing a Lichcraft over here, I believe. Got Lich 2 over here. We are doing some Endless Bags of Wine, 3 more Endless Bags of Wine, just trying to get some of our supply issues in different locations. Bagged wine, right?
What a peasant game you playing?
I mean, a peasant game. That's what I'm playing. Very, very like
bagged wine.
Ancient times. That's how they carry, like in sheep splatters and things like that.
Bagged milk. Okay.
Okay, bagged milk is entirely different shebang. Although I would assume that they carried their milk in bags at that point. Anyways. We got 3 Endless Bags of Wine, we got a pair of Earth Boots, and we got a Flame Helm. Just trying to kind of like give ourselves some options. We've got a Skull of Fire, so adding the Flame Helm will allow Flame Spirit to cast flames from the sky. That type of shtick, so. And that's pretty much it for the turn, honestly. Kind of a short and sweet turn, not a whole lot happening, only a few big battles. I do not expect things... I talked about this, I think, in the previous, in one of the previous turns, how we have had a decent amount of resurgence as we shoot back out with all of our immortals counter raiding and pushing back and trying to take some land, right? We've had some success with that. And we've shown in this this turn, right, 15 wins versus 11 losses to Lanka. That's gonna start changing, probably pretty soon. One, we're losing more and more forted territory to Lanka. 2, Lanka lost almost as many, if not as many, immortals in the battles that we fought over the thrones, and those immortals had to go through the process of respawning and then getting back out to the front line. That's going to start happening soon. So we're about to start seeing or my assumption is we're about to start seeing the wave of immortals that Lanka has comparatively to me. So I would expect that by turn 180 or something like that, we're going to have very few provinces that aren't forded provinces, and we're going to have probably half the forded provinces that we have. Maybe more, because Lunga is... They are diminished somewhat, but not enough. So it's going to be slow. It's going to take a little bit, but we're definitely going to lose. I say it's going to be slow, but it might not. They might have Realm of Silence next turn, and then a few turns later, they might have something else. Maybe like White Forest or Rapabolia, or I don't know. They're pushing up over here. They've got this big stack, and they've got a bunch of other reinforcements that they keep moving in over here. So maybe they go for All Woods. I don't think Titan's Breath or Silver Fangs is in that much danger unless Relay kind of go for them, but we'll see. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for the turn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.